Hello and welcome to your special edition of Valentine's Day special Maddie Allen Live. Today we're going to be going over airdrops, and I can see that there's a lot of you already excited about this topic, and I'm excited for you, I'm excited for me, I'm excited for all of us, I'm excited for HEX, I'm excited for all the Wall Street bets people who really have been lost in their search for wealth and riches for the highest appreciating asset class of 2020. That's right, I'm talking about a blockchain CD. The blockchain CD, none other than HEX, which pays 40 to 60% APY for people to lock up their coins and to enjoy the benefits of trustless interest. Trustless interest means that you don't have to pay, or you don't have to give your keys to somebody else. You can cut out the middlemen. And Biff Finesse, you know, he's one of the Hexicans out here, and he would do a lot more to those middlemen other than just cut them out. So today we're going to be talking about airdrops. And this is a theme in HEX because in HEX we love to get free money. We love to get rewarded for game theory. We love to ride on the coattails of Bitcoin, which is an inferior technology. But in fact, as of today, has done 4.9 million X. That's correct. That's 490 million% in the last 12 years. So cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency space is the fastest appreciating asset class known to mankind. And we predict that it will continue to be volatile. So don't lose your shirt trading, and tune in here in order to get all your up-to-date information. We're going to be covering today what is the list of airdrops that you need to know about. DYDX, MetaMask, Paraswap. Is Uniswap going to do another one? Is 1inch going to do a third one? Thank you for tuning in, and roll the credits. If you're not following me yet on Theta, get over there and enter my giveaway. What am I giving away? A HEX badge that actually lives in your MetaMask wallet and lots of other good things. So get over there and follow me, create an account. Theta is going to be the future of streaming. And for now, we're still working out all the technical bugs in there. But I'm so excited because I believe that this is going to be one way we're going to be able to program mental health into money by using a streaming platform that allows us to award badges that do live on the blockchain. And so that's really exciting. Check that out. Now, I know that there's been a dip in HEX and it already got bought back up. So everybody who was buying whenever I was live streaming yesterday with Motley Investor, whenever all the people he had on his program, they were breaking the world record for how many people could eat these one chip challenges all at the same time and not take a sip of water and be strong Hexicans about it. You know, that was pretty cool. Well, it's cool that they did that. It's not cool that you all bought HEX when I was on stream and then I couldn't buy it afterwards at such a discount. But hey, you know, I'll let it slide for now. But next time I'm gonna get angry, and then you'll see what that's like. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody! It's Valentine's Day here in the United States, and we got a great show here for you. We have Hexologist coming up next. He's gonna start in about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna make this a short show. I'm excited that we have so many people joining us right now, and so holler to everybody in the comments. I know we got a lot of information to cover. First of all, what is an airdrop? It's hard to explain because in the real world, people hear, oh, I got free money. And it's like, what? Is Elon going to send you like one Bitcoin if you send him like half of a Bitcoin? No, that's not how it works. An airdrop, really, if you think about it, it's a mechanism to onboard new people and to reward people who are early users of a system. And that's one thing that we know is really Oh, I'll make Wales a mod after the show. Thanks for being here, everybody. That's one thing we know is being an early adopter. That's a really good deal, right? And so whether you're early to something that is going to end up kind of being a spaghetti code like Bitcoin, that seems like it would have been a good deal. Being early to HEX, you might have gone up 100x in 2020. The people who bought the deepest discount, the lowest dip, they got up to 352x their money at the end of 2020. And 2021 is going to be no different because we're earning so much trustless interest. But when it comes to an airdrop it's also hard to explain. People wouldn't believe you if you told them that you just used 1 inch, right? It's a decentralized exchange. And the way that it's decentralized is basically the exchange is built so that you don't have to, they don't have to hold the keys in order for you to make a trade. Every other market has a bunch of people in the middle, and they're trying to extract fees and rent. And that money isn't just going to run the network. That money is going to make them rich. And then they use also that money to advertise, to tell people like, hey, you should keep trading. You should buy and sell, buy and sell. They don't care about your long-term value. All they care about is making commissions, basically. And so decentralized exchanges are disrupting the world of centralized exchanges. And this is part of what crypto was meant to be, but it hasn't been up until probably in the past year, right? And so this is probably why Coinbase is going to be doing their IPO, right? Because they're scared. They're scared about their future profits. They're ready to sell to the next bag holders of their own stock, right? So what we need to address today, because we only have another 18 minutes and because we want to get you prepared to be able to get all these airdrops, right? We need to cover the gas fees. Somebody's saying in the comments, what's the gas fee situation? I had an 1.5-hour stream yesterday and I went into great detail. I showed my screens of exactly what I'm doing to get the lowest gas cost possible. So if there is certain content that I'm not able to get to today, you can go back, you can listen to it probably on 2x and hear it in 45 minutes. Just make sure to wait until after you check out the Hexologist doing the daily Hex news right after this. And make sure to take some time for yourself today and for your family and loved ones because it's a special day. So one of the things I want to do is I want to update people because I was having hours of conversations with people in Hex who also have shows out there. I was talking to them last night up until the early hours of the morning, trying to learn as much as I could about airdrops because I think that this, for me, I'm using this as a way for me to move up a level in Hex, to be able to buy more T-shares than I could ever buy if I can keep getting these airdrops, right? People who used Mooniswap, right? You got a 1-inch airdrop 2-3 days ago. For me, I found out that I had a 1-inch airdrop that didn't realize I had, right? And so everybody needs to go out there and check their wallets to see if you have an airdrop. The reason why this is the first step to getting new airdrops is because you want to have as much money as possible to be able to handle these fees right now. It might be costing me $35, $40, $45 for every new wallet that I set up to be eligible for a MetaMask airdrop. And for the other airdrops that we're going to cover, it's going to be expensive gas fees. Why is gas so expensive right now? I thought it was because the price of Ethereum went up. Some people had told me maybe that's not a full understanding. Maybe part of it is just that the volume has exploded. The reason the price is high, that those two things aren't directly linked, but that it's relevant. What you want to do is you want to look at gas. It's gastracker.info, I believe. Let me see here. So it's gas station. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to type it because I keep getting it wrong. ETH gas station. ethgasstation.info. This is one of your main tools that you're going to use because all the other gas estimators, they're going to lie to you, right? They're going to tell you that that you have to spend more money than you need to in order to make the transaction go through. MetaMask Swap, one of the reasons why it's doing so well, or why it has so much potential to do an airdrop, is not only because people love printing billions of dollars for free, making their own tokens. When Matty Allen token, when all-in token, well, we'll have to see. I'm not going to rule it out. Kind of joking, but just get your hype ready, whatever. The idea is, why wouldn't they do it, right? They're charging a fee only on MetaMask swaps. So just downloading MetaMask wallet and doing a transaction, that might not count because they're not making any money off of you, and they want to reward people they're making money off of. So that's why they might do it. ETH gas station.info. Put it in the comments. I'll add it to the description later. This is going to tell us, it's going to say what, and I covered the screens yesterday. I went through what they look like. It's saying right now, 154 Gwei to be a trader ASAP, 141 Gwei to do a fast transaction in less than 2 minutes, and 115 Gwei as the standard, less than 5 minutes. Yesterday, the cheapest I did several transactions. IRS, I don't know what you're talking about. Yesterday, I did several transactions. It was, what I did is I took ETH. I sent it to several wallets. Some of them had their own separate seeds. The way you can do that is to always make sure you have your seeds backed up. Even though this process shouldn't mess anything up, like, I'm still going to tell you, do your own research. Don't mess with your seeds. Get a separate, work on a separate computer if you have to from the computer that you have your main account on. Use a different browser to open a new MetaMask if that's what it's going to take. Firefox has them. Brave browser has them. I haven't used that. The idea is that you're not going to get probably multiple airdrops into a single wallet. So you're going to need to be creating multiple wallets if you want to be getting these potential airdrops. It's not a guarantee. This is not airdrop advice. This is not therapy advice, not financial advice. This is free speech. This is how to see what I did. So in Chrome, you can create new profiles. So you click on your icon. So there's these little icons over here next to your MetaMask. You keep going over, and then there's a little icon of your user icon, and it says person one, and it says what my YouTube account is. And then I go down on the Chrome browser, and it says other people, and then it says add. And so I can add other profiles. That creates a whole new profile. Then I have to install MetaMask on that profile. And now I can write down the seed words. I can, set the password. I can write all that stuff down as many times as it takes so I don't lose it and I don't give it away to somebody else ever, right? And so I can switch to another profile, and then that's how I can have a separate seed wallet in case there's some way that MetaMask can tell. Richard has alluded to the fact that there might be ways to tell if you have a separate seed or not. I do not understand that I could conceptually think of, well, you know how if you take your seed words and you plug them into a different computer or a different wallet that you trust, like MetaMask on a different, I took my seed words from my phone, I put them on my burner phone to see does it recreate my same wallets? And then you open it up and it's oh no, it doesn't. But then you have to add more wallets, and then it'll pop up the wallets you've already added on that original device. And so the fact that you can do that and it kind of knows already, I think that there's a program that tells it based on one public address what the next random public address is to make. Because I think that in elliptical curve cryptography, you've got your private key, and then you've got an intermediary key, and then you've got your public address. So you've got actually a public key, at least in Bitcoin. And so anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, before you've heard me speak out and say, I'm not really sure that it's possible. Why can't I just make a bunch of wallets within the same seed account? And now I'm flip-flopping, I'm changing my position. I'm saying, listen up, like, if you're going to be spending, like me, $35, $40, $45, $50 on each transaction, like, why not just go ahead, take the time to record a separate seed, double, triple check it that you're not writing it down wrong, right? And then, so what I ultimately did is I took ETH, I put it into a bunch of different wallets with a bunch of different seeds. And personally, what I did is I put, what was I doing? I was doing like I already had a little bit of ETH in some of these wallets, but the idea is I put like 0.07 ETH in there. And then I was able to do because we want to worry about the minimum transactions that we're doing, so that we meet a threshold in case MetaMask requires that you have a certain, you can't just do a trade for $1 like you could on Uniswap and then get the airdrop. When 1inch did their drop, they said you had to be at least $20, or you had to do like 4 transactions before a certain date. Now remember, I'm taking the risk that if I create all these wallets today or yesterday and some days before that, the cutoff could have already passed and they didn't announce it yet, right? Because the Uniswap cutoff was on December 24th and they didn't announce it until the Chinese New Year, like 3 days ago. So there are no guarantees in this game, but this is what we're talking about. So I'm putting, and then I'm swapping. So in some cases, I want my minimum to be like $30 of crypto being transacted. And in other cases, on the MetaMask swap on desktop only, I want to be doing, I was thinking maybe more like $60 worth. So I was converting from ETH to HEX. I was checking on the ETH gas station.info site, and I was going by what that said, not what the MetaMask says. When you go into the MetaMask swap, then the first thing you're going to do is put how much ETH you want to swap. Then you're going to choose what token. I chose HEX. Some people are doing USDC, but I'm doing HEX because I figure HEX, it could be easy to double the price of that. And then now I just paid for my whole transaction. So I'm converting ETH to HEX. Sometimes I just use random numbers like 0.0169 ETH is going to, I don't know how much HEX is going to give me, like 2,500 or 4,500 or somewhere in there. And then, but it's basically $30 or more. If it's like, I'll just keep raising it up just a little bit until it's like $1 over whatever I want my minimum transaction to be. And then, so you choose the token HEX, and then it might give you a warning that this is a bad deal, it's saying, because like now you're going to have to pay, $60 in fees and you're only going to get $30 worth of HEX. And so then you have to say, I understand what I'm doing here. And then you can go and you're going to hit the edit, because it defaults on MetaMask swap to, putting you in the fastest category to pay the most GWE, because for people who don't understand these transactions, they don't want people who are using it for the first time to get their transaction failed because of low GWE. And so they're way overestimating the amount of GWE that you need, and they don't care, right? And then they're taking their little 0.3% or 0.8% fee on top of that. That's fine. That's just to justify the fact that they could be creating an airdrop. Let's see. So you're going to hit the edit button on the fees. Then what you're going to do is, before you go to the advanced tab, then you're going to hit, and I showed all these tabs yesterday on the stream, but again, I want to run over it. First, you're going to change it from fast to medium. There is no slow speed. They took that button away. Switch it to medium speed. That's going to reduce your fee. And then you go to advanced tab, and then you can plug in. Now, at your own risk, you can plug in whatever, when you hit refresh on ethgasstation.info, Even etherscan.io is giving you the wrong amount of gas that you need. ethgasstation.info is what I used. And we'll say I did 10 accounts, just not IRS advice, not speaking to the IRS. We'll say I did 10 accounts. We'll say out of 10 accounts, only one failed using this method. Maybe then somebody else did 10 accounts, and like 2 failed. So that's, and if it fails, you might have to pay $5 or $10 in fees because you canceled it or they canceled it or whatever. So, not my, like, don't come crying to me because now I warned you and you have to do your own research based on what I say and based on what other people say. Right now, when I hit refresh, it's saying 110 Gwei for standard. So I plug that in onto MetaMask where it says that. Now, the gas limit amount, and it's like 26,000 or something, you can't change that. If you change that, it won't allow you to do the swap. But the fact that in the previous screen, we went through and we changed it from fast to medium, that's what changes that. So that's what allowed us to change it. So that's why we had to hit the medium button and just keeping it on fast and then going to the advanced tab and changing the Gwei. That would leave that other number higher, and we don't want to do that. We want low numbers to just make the transaction go through. So like I said, last night I was doing this. I was making it. So, 110 is probably in the range I was paying. So right now we actually have pretty low gas compared to what I saw during the middle of the week. Last week, 300 Gwei was like even standard, even fast. It was like all-time high gas fees and stuff. So that's why it's so important for you to understand, because then ultimately, if you're paying half the gas fees, you might be able to create an extra wallet or two, and you might be able to get an extra airdrop or two. I really hope that that's the case. People are messaging me a lot. Well, message me if you have any airdrop tips. All right, I'm going to run through some airdrop tips that I've heard of. And this is not financial advice. Like I will tell you when I do something. I have made some MetaMask wallets. I have not done DYDX yet. I plan to. I'm going to go watch the tutorials that people have made, that Hexicans have made. I'm going to take a look at that. I'll update you. I'm going to try to be doing, shows every 1 day or 2 days. I'll throw in a little update about airdrops if that's not the whole topic for the day. So DYDX, Paraswap. I've not done it. Hexicans are into it, so I'm probably going to do it. But I'm going to check it out first. I'm not going to be using wallets that could get all messed up. Let's see. Molly had a really genius thing where he was doing DYDX. He was converting it to USDC. And then he was putting it to MetaMask. And then MetaMask would convert it back to ETH. And then he would go back to DYDX in a separate wallet. And he was weaving it through wallets that way. So he would go DYDX, one whole ETH you have to put in, converting to USDC, sending the USDC, because there's some fee advantage to him doing that. Then USDC. Oh, that's really funny. USDC into MetaMask swap, converting it to ETH. Converting it to ETH, then sending it to a new DYDX wallet, converting it to USDC, then sending it to a new MetaMask seed, right? If that's the game you're playing. If you think MetaMask will not discriminate against having multiple wallets under the same seed, then maybe you're going to have just click the button to create a separate wallet within your same seed. But again, people are saying, Richard said that's not the way he would do it. Now, he's not in charge of MetaMask, but just depends on how you want to play the game, right? So I wanted to highlight that strategy that Molly the investor took on because that's beautiful. I have not done that. I've not done DYDX. I got on the website. I was like, whoa, this is options trading, and I hadn't seen a tutorial. It's not options trading. This is, I don't know what it is. It's futures or something. Anyway, the point is that's an airdrop that some people have speculated could happen. What are some other airdrops? I know we're running out of time. Okay, OpenSea, that's an NFT site. What I do there, I created some HEX badges on there message me directly on Telegram if you want me to create a HEX badge for you to buy on there. I'm not sure what the gas fees would be, but interacting with that contract is a possible way. I looked up a list of airdrops, and that's one that I recognized because OpenSea is one place kind of like Rarible where you can buy NFTs. Don't spend all your money. Motley's saying margin trading is what DYDX is doing. BG Hex is using the custom emotes that I made. Thank you. I know we got hexologists starting here any minute. So OpenSea, so much creativity. Hey, Crypto Kool-Aid. Benny, Old Man Hex. It's great to see all of you. Crypto, David Morales, Johnny, good to see you there. Balliot Brand, Colin Hexander, Axis Alive, Crypto King, Flames, Low, Dave, Marco, the Hexakin. Awesome. Max, good to see you guys. What other? So we have Paraswap, possibly another 1 inch. Maybe if you run through their router, they'll do one. I'm not spending any more money necessarily on 1 inch. But so yeah, and then let's see, last note, somebody said, El Hexidente sent me a message today saying Paraswap might be doing one. Zerion and Zipper might be doing one. I don't know what those are. And final point, I know somebody told me yesterday that they were like messaging somebody before 1 inch ever did their thing. They were messaging people on Discord, the developers, and the developers were like, no, we're not doing an airdrop. We're never doing an airdrop. So they lied. So remember that this airdrops have to be a surprise. That's why it's free money. And it kind of breaks down if people game the system. So what you want to do is we want to be the only ones gaming the system, right? And so then we're going to get top dollar for our airdrops. So don't believe everything you hear. Take your own risks. Watch us later this week. We got some awesome programming coming at you. You can see my upcoming shows on YouTube. We're going to be talking about how a Bitcoin lead dev quit. We're going to be talking about how Facebook coin is going to get rolled out really soon. Some of this stuff has been in the news. Some of it hasn't. So I've got your Maddie all-in angle on everything. And then we're going to be doing Hex Therapy. We got a special surprise show about personality types. And I think a lot of people in Hex are going to tune in for that on Thursday. So stay tuned. And for now, let's go over and check out Hexologists on Twitch. I'll drop the link here for you. It's going to be twitch.tv/thehexologist. I'm going to make sure he's on now. There he is. He's live. I'm going to copy and paste. And there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Valentine's Day. Remember, Wall Street bets, they're jealous. They're going to be jealous for years to come because they're a pump and dump and we aren't. We are Hex. Rawr. Okay. And remember to stake wisely, my friends, and follow me on Theta. Peace out. Officially, I'm gonna officially rate him on Twitch because he rates me all the time. You know, gotta show the love back. There we go. Let's see. How to raid on Twitch. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.